Tonight, I want to talk about Dabo, Clemson, and the transfer portal. As you know, the spring window for the transfer portal is closed in college football and basketball. The only enigma still out there in the wilderness fighting his own fight is Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney, who 2 years ago said this, but it could very well have been from yesterday.
I wouldn't change anything. And again, I'm not opposed to the transfer portal. I'm not some anti-transfer portal, deal. It's just, and if I was at another school, another university, that might be all I sign as transfer portal guys. If I was at some school where you couldn't recruit the really best of the best high school kids, I probably would sign only transfer. And that's what a lot of people are going to do.
Let me translate, because I speak fluent college football coach. I'm Dabo Swinney, son. I have really good running backs. You don't need to worry about it. Clemson has never taken anything but grad transfers in the portal, and usually just one a year, and most of the time, those guys are third-string quarterbacks. Dabo believes so strongly that he can develop better start to finish through 4 or 5 years with a player that he doesn't want to use the transfer portal at all. And while he's a damn good coach, and that might be true, there's a major flaw in his concept. One, everybody is doing it. Coaches bemoan the way the portal works, but most of them all use it. In fact, all of them but him use it. And many of those claims are legitimate. Like this one we heard on 365 Sports from a worn-out UTSA head coach, Jeff Traylor.
It's the way of the new world, and you got to have NIL. You got to be able to match it or decide to let them go. And I really love my kids, and we're fortunate so far. We lost 2 in December that I think will both be starters and do a great job for the programs they chose to go to. But this time around, we haven't lost anybody yet. So we'll see what happens, Bubba.
But even though they hate how it makes them feel, the transfer portal is to coaches what getting bombed on a Friday night, waking up Saturday, swearing to your buddies you'll never drink again, and then diving into a pool of Long Island iced teas on Saturday night is to frat guys. You're going to do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Yes,
Also, you're banking on freshmen. And look, while you might be good at developing those players, and Dabo Swinney's been very good at developing and using freshmen in his program. Will Shipley, who he mentioned in the clip earlier, effective as a freshman immediately. Deshaun Watson, had he started and played the entire game against Florida State his freshman year, they probably win that game with Jameis Winston sidelined due to suspension and flip the ACC even a year earlier than they wound up doing. The coaches who have the best success in the portal are the ones who find useful players at all levels. It's not just about the stars. For every Justin Fields, there's 20 more Army ants, worker bees, or whatever you want to call them, that help you fill out your roster and are more ready to go than true or even redshirt freshmen. Vets help you win in modern college sports. Vets help you win in pro sports. It changed for a little bit in college basketball. It's never really changed, though, in college football. And now, with more vets leaving your program, you're going to have less to rely on to get those deep runs into the postseason, like Clemson has so successfully had 2 times winning national titles under Dabo Swinney. Number 3, and this is the one that really confuses me. What about the players who Clemson was their second choice? They got to the first choice, realized it wasn't for them, and now say, hey, I'd like to go back to Clemson. He's not even taking those guys. So this leads me to a conclusion. Dabo Swinney has A, either never gone on a bad date, or B, never asked a girl out more than once for any reason. Hi, Sherry. Would you like to go out on Friday? No, I'm sorry. I'm having knee surgery this weekend. Oh, yeah? Go to hell. That's not the way you do it. Sometimes you have to allow for circumstances. They are, after all, 18-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids, sometimes 16-year-old kids make their decision and then never come back to you until they realize, I really did like it there more than the other place. Look, the Tigers lost star safety Andrew McCuba to his hometown Texas Longhorns this year. He's an all-conference, potentially all-American player and a potential top 50 pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Did they replace him with anybody who has those accolades or anybody who's even close? No, not yet. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but every other team in a similar situation loses a star. They want to get a player, at least for depth, that can help them better now and maybe not 2 years from now. That's how you win titles now. And Dabo does have some valid points about the portal, as you can see here.
If your coach is not fired or left, or you're not a graduate, you sit a year. And then guess what? Upon graduation, you get that year back. And if you're this big-time superstar, you're not going to need that extra year anyway, right? So, but we would re-incentivize graduation, which is what we should be about in collegiate athletics.
However, you can't just bank on ideals when everyone else is doing it. You can't be the guy who, when the light bulb came out, go, look, I'm really good with candles and torches. Sometimes that's going to leave you sitting around in the dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
But also tucked away in that, and I'm not sure you heard this, was his belief that Clemson doesn't have to use the portal. That if he was at another school, he even said it, he maybe would only exclusively use the portal, and that's sad. Yeah, in some cases it is. We've seen at Colorado, it's not working out all that great so far, and there's a lot of tumultuous up and downs when it comes to recruiting almost exclusively that way. However, he's saying Clemson doesn't have to use the portal. Well, guess what? Nick Saban uses the portal. Kirby Smart uses the portal. Mike Norvell uses the portal. And I'm sure you know that, Dabo, because he finally beat you last year at your place by throwing a touchdown pass from a portal quarterback to a portal wide receiver behind a portal offensive line. So again, everybody else is doing it, and you're slipping behind. So to wrap it up, if Clemson's happy being on the second tier, at the top of that second tier of modern college football, everyone else, the big boys, the blue buds, the people right below them are going to be happy to see them not use every arrow in their quiver. But if Dabo continues down this path, a lot of his own fans are going to sound exactly like Tyler from Spartanburg.